What's going on, YouTube? Got another update here for the Lava Rock Aquaponic Garden. See, everything is looking nice and pretty. New garden over there, holding together. I've been leak testing it. Heck, let's jump right over there. Why, don't we? Leak testing, as you can see right there, water level is down a little bit. And as you can see right below it, ignore that milk jug, that's a different video. As you can see right below it, there's a little tiny drop right there, but there's a stain on there, which means that, or no, that's not a drop. What the heck am I talking about? This is freaking wood shaving. Look, the stain moved. But no, there's a stain right here, as you can see. So it was leaking. I'm pretty sure that it's clogged up now, and it'll be fine. Another pro tip, everybody. Whenever your stuff's leaking, just leave it alone for a little bit, and a lot of the times it fixes itself. Lazy man logic. Got my catfish in here, looking half decent. I cannot see the catfish. Let's see here. Sometimes you'll see the tail hanging out there on the backside. I don't see it though. But anyway, we'll throw some food in there. Maybe this little guy will go ahead and come on out for us. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he's right in there. But, as you can tell, there's a lot of water in here. I've been pumping a lot of water in here, trying to get the water level back up. The water level was about halfway down. I mean, that'll just tell you how hot it is, but you'll never hear me complaining about the hot, because I really hate the cold. I'd much rather have hot. I don't think I can die from the heat, but I can freaking die from the cold. Oh man, muscle spasms from shivering and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm a little guy, man. Come on now. Right over here, my apple tree experiment. Still not crunchy. Looks like it dropped a leaf though. Still does not look like it's growing either. So yeah, we got that. Beautiful new growth popping up off of these peppers here. Jalapenos and green bells. Not sure which one's which till we get some fruit going. But I'm betting that the smaller two are the jalapenos and the bigger two are the green bells, because that's why I topped the green bells around between the two gardens. Whew! Almost started getting hiccups there. Alright, my serrano. Got a little spider hanging out on top there. Whatever, man. Eat anything you find. But serrano, not looking so hot. Kind of yellowing of the leaves. Everything's kind of yellowing, as you can see. Looking around. Pepper-wise. The tomatoes are actually looking pretty decent. But pepper-wise, everything is yellowing off. So I need to go get on the computer and start looking up stuff about that, about why all that is. But as you can see, beautiful green growth popping right off of the top of that one there. Better than, oh man, look, some leaf damage over here, this one and this one right here. But anyway, wait, I thought there was something I wanted to talk about in there. Nope. Anyway, all this open space right in here through every single garden bed that I have, except for the strawberries in the hot tub aquaponic garden. The strawberries in the hot tub aquaponic garden. I didn't mess with that bed at all. But every other one I've been throwing lettuce in there. It's like giant Caesar and some other kind of lettuce. Not to mention this lettuce right here that is flowering. Hopefully it'll be throwing seeds all over the bed. Maybe I can even catch some and throw them into the other couple beds over there. These carrots over here, man, I just kind of want to pull them, but at the same time, I know what I'm going to find. They're going to be short and stubby. I kind of want to make them go a little bit longer, so I will. My Lorange strawberry here, as you can see, flowering. Starting to put up another little berry right there. I love these guys. These are one of my new favorite strawberries right there. I talked about my serrano, which is that guy right there. This is my Santa Fe Grand. That's one with the beautiful green leaves. I added Epsom salt yesterday. For the first time ever, I've never put Epsom salt into any of my beds, gardens. And I'm in the middle of year 3, so yeah. Hey, I didn't say I was smart about it. I just said I did it. But anyway, hopefully that'll help. Maybe that's even why these leaves are looking really green, because they didn't look that green yesterday. So maybe it's helping a little. Okay, I'll give you how I put the Epsom salt in there. Also, I waited till the bed was done draining, and then I pulled the bell siphon out, threw the Epsom salt in there, and just kind of let the air stone here mix it all up into the water, and I left the bell siphon, or the bell, out of it. Oh, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, something like that. So hopefully it can get all mixed up into the water in the bed there and uptake into the roots. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing. But I figured out was kind of a good idea, so I did it with all of them except for that one right over there. That one I just added Epsom salt right into it and let it do its thing. Yeah, and that was it. So that was so much fun. Anyway, let's see, right over here we got strawberries looking nice ever since I cut them back. Look at this, man. Tons of new little growth all over the place. Everything's looking really beautiful. Wait for more strawberries back there. Again, I always screw up strawberries and tomatoes. I call strawberries tomatoes and the tomatoes strawberries. No clue, man. A little goofy. Alright, more carrots right over here. This one in the back's starting to poke out of the gravel there, looking all crappy. So, probably just needs to be pulled. Probably can't even eat that guy. Couple runners going all over the place, right next to my cherry, or no, my beefsteak, man. Beefsteak. And beefsteak. Whatever. Stupid joke. Anyway, no flowers on it yet, but kind of looking purplish. Kind of neat. Right next to him, my San Marzano. Look how freaking tall this guy is. He's reaching for the sky. Tons of flowers all over it. I've been flicking them like crazy. This guy right over here, another beautiful specimen, is my yellow cherry. Hopefully it'll start putting off yellow cherries like it was out in my dirt garden. That's kind of an example of what it would be like if it would focus here. Kind of an example of how many fruit that I would be getting off of there if it was actually fruiting. My red chili here, hidden here within the kale. I keep trying to tuck the kale leaves underneath it so it can get some sun. Starting to look all crappy and stuff, just like all the other peppers. My kale, both of them are looking beautiful. Everything is looking great. Look how big these freaking things are. And they're right in there with some volunteer broccoli. Like right there, a bunch of them right over there, all over the place. There's more right over here, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, letting my second-year broccoli, if I can get a view of them here. There we go. Looking nice and yellowing on the bottom. No broccoli coming off of it, though. It came with a whole bunch of seeds earlier, but no broccoli. Waiting on that guy. Bunch of my tomatoes. Look at this, man. Gigantic guy. Oh, that's the San Marzano. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, anyway, I thought I had another one right over there, but nope. This guy right there, this little guy right here, all these little guys all over the place. I don't even remember where the heck they came from, but they're growing great. Coming right up into the trellis type area right here. And hopefully, well, you can see some of them are flowering, looking all beautiful. And just like this little sucker right here, looking beautiful. A couple more of my peppers right here. I believe these are bananas, and they are not really looking like they're doing much. My cantaloupe here is starting to trellis itself up the daggone trellis here. Maybe it'll actually find its way up. Tons of algae buildup right here where the intake is. I'm kind of getting worried that there's going to be a lot of roots and stuff right in here, and it's going to clog up the water, so I'm going to probably have to cut this zip tie here that's holding it in, pull this thing out, and resituate everything. And that's why I put the lava rock specifically all around the water intake. Hopefully it will inhibit some of the roots from coming in. You know dang well that those roots are coming in anyway. Little tiny apple tree, nothing to report at all. Just that little thing. Let's see, this thing right here on the very top, and it's not even green. It's not even focusing. There we go. But anyway, not that great. Couple carrots right in here. This one's looking really nice with the base here, looking nice. But who knows? They're probably short and stubby, like all the rest. Right over here, this would be my black trim. It's starting to flower right up here. A couple flowers. My giant Marconi, still have one on here. Probably need to go ahead. Yeah, definitely need to pull that guy. It's time. But this one actually looks pretty decent. Somewhat green. Not a lot of yellowing. Some yellowing, but not much. But we got all kind of like new growth popping off on the bottom here. Before I get to all that stuff, here's another one of my volunteer tomatoes. Got a bunch of flowering going on right up here. These must be marglobes if they're volunteers, just like right over here. One of these is supposed to be my one of my indigo rose, and I don't see it purplish, so I'm pretty sure this guy right here is my indigo rose, but Who knows? I'd have to check a past video to confirm that or deny it. Right over here, a couple more kale. Again, doing the same thing as the hot tub aquaponics. I try to trim it as much as possible to promote it to grow as much as possible. Another little pepper right over here. Got some green growth popping off, so I'm actually getting a little excited because it looks kind of crappy. A little tiny guy right there, not looking very good. We're starting to get leaves popping off of that Malabar right there. Hopefully it'll be taken off. This little Malabar still seems stalled. I believe this is a green bell, still all stalled and everything, just sitting there kind of low. I believe this is another banana or a jalapeno, yellowing. Actually, it's almost whiting of the leaves there. And another one right over there, which is my garden salsa. I have one pepper on there that I need to pull so that I can go ahead and use it for seed. I've been trying to do that this year. I've really been horrible about saving seeds in the past. This year, I am like obsessive compulsive about it. The first fruit off of everything, I'm drying out and trying to save the seeds. So hopefully, I mean, I never know. By doing this, I might be able to have some kind of seed giveaway. Hope. Right over here, this giant Marconi, I had to throw in a freaking stick right here because it is such a leaner, and it's in the pot here, dirty aquaponic style, and it was just leaning, and I felt like it was just gonna lean all the way until it laid right down over here. But anyway, right over here, here's the new update here. Look at all these new suckers. Hey, get out of here, tomato. All right, there we go. All kind of tomato suckers. 1, 2, 3, 4 over there, and I didn't even show this little 5 right over here. That I got a bunch of suckers, started throwing them in there. I've been really lax on my suckers this year, not cutting them off, and I thought, what the heck, man? Well, a lot of them, actually, I should say, are like way up here in that stuff, and they're actually flowering, like a lot of flowers, so I didn't want to cut them off and then cut off all that flowering process, so I left them in there. Again, more algae growth right here by the intake, and it's right next to tomatoes and peppers. So of course, those roots are going to be getting clogged right up in there. Either need to come up with a better design for this, or I'm just going to have to clean it out every once in a while. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, let's move on. Got my cantaloupe right over here, hanging off, flowering, looking beautiful in my deep water culture bed. As you can see, the board is still soaked. Pineapple sage over here, look and beautiful. This was my cutting that I took off of that crappy plant that I threw in the corner because I was so mad that it died. And as you can see, I mean, I can't even pick it up. The roots are gigantic, so it loves this bed. Right over here, look at this. More root mass. That's just some peppermint peppermint cuttings from that peppermint right there that I threw in here, and it's rooting like crazy. So the herbs love the deep water culture bed. My little watermelon does not, but actually it looks like it's kind of growing a little bit. Couple suckers right over here, actually looking pretty decent. Let me see here. Yeah, not bad. Started off as a cutting, and I just threw it in here, and that many roots there, I'm actually very encouraged. That's awesome. Little tiny banana peppers, not doing a dang thing. Just like these guys right over here. They just seem to stall. They got so big, and they really didn't grow too much. But they got a little bit of growth on there, and then they said, screw it, I'm done. And they just kind of tapped out. Chicken noise over there. My jalapenos over here, yellowing the leaves, same thing, couple leaves falling off and everything. This one is pretty much dead. I have no hope for that guy. Like I said, I added some more Epsom salt into here, so that's magnesium, so hopefully some of these guys will pick up on that and grow bigger. Loran strawberries, check this out. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It like had some weird, fluffy looking, come on man, focus. Fluffy looking thing, green stuff, and it's actually growing a strawberry out of it. I don't know. It's very weird. I've never seen a strawberry do that. Got a couple of them there doing that. Very weird. I threw seeds in here. Check it out. I got a broccoli. So now we can check out how broccoli grows in a deep water culture bed. Didn't even know about that experiment. Threw another sucker right over here because I want to try a sucker, another one, in here. I can't remember which one this is. Actually, it's probably just another margalobe. But I cut all the leaves back and everything. Hopefully it'll start growing. Nothing in that cup yet. And my cantaloupe coming off, hanging off. Still trying to grab that mint over there. But got a couple flowers going. My cups are sitting here waiting because this bed, this is not going to be here for very long. I'm going to probably just use a piece of plywood. But it's a nice shelf for right now. But anyway, as you can see right here that I'm focusing in on, this whole area is starting to get saturated. Over here, we actually have holes cut in there, and that's where the water's saturating, and then it, like, you know, wicks up. Right over here, no holes cut, and it's already wicking up. So, I mean, obviously, I mean, that is a good enough example right there to never use, like, particle board is really what it is, not plywood. But yeah, don't use freaking particle board. It was a dumb idea. I don't know what kind of idiot would do that. Yeah. Alright, anyway, this bed is all aired up and everything. I've got my air line going into here. Two different air stones, one coming in right there, one right over there by that T. Goes in. It's pretty much ready to go. Drain line. Hey, I'm in the fan again. Drain line right there is coming out. I don't like that because that's where I usually view my fish. So I'm probably going to put like a 45 and a little angle piece going into the water so it can drain that way. But I am going to get this thing up and running very, very shortly. Not today, but very, very shortly. So all I need to do is get my plywood that I'm going to try out and cut some holes in that thing and see, well, and then place it on here. Fill up those cups right over there with rock, and we've got a deep water culture bed up and running. But, alright, that was quick. Walk around, I don't know. Don't see any food in there, and I don't see the little shark-looking blue channel cat coming up to the top. Again. So, another time I failed on showing off my catfish. One of these days, I'll, you know, grow a pair and go ahead and throw this camera right into the water again and show off what everything looks like. But I definitely can't do that at the beginning of an update or anything like that. Have to do it at the very end because then the microphone screws up. Not that I'm worried that the camera, well, I guess I am somewhat worried that the camera will get killed by the water, but I always worry about that. But even if it is waterproof, I don't care. It still can die from water. But yeah, the microphone gets all screwed up and it sounds like I'm in a tunnel after I do that. So I'll have to do that at the end of an update. But today's kind of dark. Probably not going to see much of anything, so I'm just going to leave it right there. Nice little dragonfly hanging out right here. I love the dragonflies. They're all over the place, blue and green. They like to land on your shoulder or on your hand or your feet, especially on my toes. They love my toes. They don't bite or anything like that. They're just really neat. I don't know. Very cool having little friends here that'll take out garden pests for you. Anyway, I'm rambling on, and there's a gigantic freaking horsefly right up there on the roof. Yeah, he probably wants some of me. Just like all the chicks. LOL. Anyway. Alright, yeah, definitely rambling too far now. Alright, so that was a quick look of what was going on around here. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun, happy media stuff. And leave a comment down below. Tell me what you're growing and how much fun you're having doing it. There's another shot of the Malabar with its extra leaf right there, looking beautiful. Hopefully soon it will be vining and going right up this thing, and I'm going to have to build a new thing from the ceiling down so that it can go to the ceiling and go all the way to the other end of the greenhouse. It'll be great, so stay tuned for that. Till next time, later. And one little quick addition to the very, very end of this super long freaking update here is my whole little tray over here. I redid everything. I decided to make my own soil instead of using the crappy stuff I was using before. I felt like these two reapers here, this one and this one right here, were just stalled. I was right. The freaking soil I was using was like clay. It was so compact and hard and everything. So I built my own soil here real quick. There's another one of the Bolivian Rainbow Super Freak Hot Peppers. Another one right over here, looking half decent. Another one right over here. And another one right over here with a couple leaves showing. I know it's hard to see, but just wanted to show these off real quick. And my potting mix, or my mix that I used here, they weren't equal proportion. It was probably, I don't know, probably 60% soil, and it was potting mix. It says it continuously feeds up to 3 months, so it's got to have a bunch of other crap in there. All I wanted was some freaking dirt. But anyway, I figured what the heck, for this kind of purpose, I don't care. I just want this stuff to grow, and I replanted all kind of new stuff. So I got my reapers there, here, and here. I also planted another one of these things. There's a reaper. I put 4 seeds in. The rest all I did, what was it, 6, I believe. Hey, check it out. Little frog on the outside hanging out. Anyway, really quick, I used potting mix. I used vermiculite, or no, perlite. I used rock dust. I used some Epsom salt and some peat moss. And with peat moss, this will be fun. I had a bunch of those peat pods that I tried to start seeds with, so I just dumped them right into the mix. So, as well as all this other stuff that I've got going on in here, which I've got all kind of fun stuff. Lemon pepper, some kind of habanero. It's like 350,000 Scoville, and all kind of stuff. Cayenne, or Caribbean red, some kind of chili pepper. All kind of fun stuff going on in here. I know it's late, but I figure better late than never. Maybe I can carry it into January like I did with strawberries last year. So that's what's going on. It's really dark out here. I know it's really hard to see, and I'm rambling. But that was all the stuff I did. I mixed it all together, and bam. So we might have some of these peppers and stuff like that. And at the same time, we might have, you know, broccoli or cauliflower. All kind of crazy stuff popping up with it. Who knows? That's the fun of doing it. I just love doing crazy stuff like that. Anyway, this is a long freaking video, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing me and probably already turned it off. But anyway, that was the very last thing. I wanted to make sure I mentioned this because I'm really proud about this soil. It actually came out really nice and looks beautiful. I wish I had a little more light to show you. But anyway, that's the end of the video. So good. Bye.